Minutes, couple of reminders. The CARR task forces have been reorganized. In your IEP on page 7, you'll find those CARR task forces. If you are part of those, refer to those, find out where you're working. Additionally, if you want an electronic copy, once again, those are available utilizing the QR code. That QR code is posted around the briefing area. You'll find electronic copies of the IEP, demo list, and map products, all available for you. Once again, division soups, branch directors, please find your way to the first couple of rows. We have spots for you. We'll get started here in just a couple minutes. Thanks.
in the report.
Thanks, Josh. A reminder, please refer to page 1 right now. That's the ICS 202. You'll find the management and control objectives there. Please take the time during your breakout sessions and your tailboard sessions to review those with those assigned to your crew or your division. Thank you.
All right, good morning. Ryan Welder, incident meteorologist. The weather's on page 3. Please review it this morning. Big picture, what's going on is we have the smoke again. It's not really only from our fire, but the Mendocino complex to our south. That's what's driving a lot of the fire behavior and what's going on here today. Still expect southerly flow. Should be favorable through about 1,400 hours or so. If you're just mopping up or pulling hose or whatever, just realize it's going to be pushing 100 degrees again. Still remains dry, 10% or so on the humidity. Probably the most critical thing as we get late in the burn period, 1,600 hours to about 1,800 hours. There's a little weather system up near the Oregon border. May want to kind of weaken the inversion. So if there's any heat in Papa that where it wants to punch through, just kind of keep that in the back of your head. And then tonight, as we kind of roll into the swing shift, for those of you staying out there, realize we are going to get one little last push of some north winds here in this Backbone Ridge and down in Papa. So that'll be something to kind of watch out for, especially as we get towards 2,200 hours or so. Humidity will want to come up as that occurs, but just watch for the eddies near the lake or anything that wants to be pushing against the lines. Listen close to Don. He did stay at the Holiday Inn Express last night.
Yes, I did. Good morning, Dogwood State Fire Behavior. Concepts and theories of adult learning. If you hear something repetitively, generally it's very important. And that's exactly what we're talking about, the challenges within the center of the fire for you. Is that creeping, backing, smoldering activity leads to ash pits, stump holes, whatever you want to call them. Last month in Arizona, there was 3 firefighters hurt. I think of it like an ice rescue situation, that the first person falls through the ice, the second person goes in after them, and the third person goes after them. That's exactly what happened in Arizona. They were within sight of the Colorado River. One firefighter went in, he had his safety gear on. The weight of that safety gear, he could not get out of that ash pit. He was waist deep. Firefighter number 2 went in to help him get out. Firefighter number 3 went in to get out. So these are very seasoned firefighters, and this happened, and this can happen out here. So utilize your tool to probe those big ash pits. Make sure you're not going to fall into them like breaking through ice. So going through the entire fire area over here in branch 4 and 5 is where we're going to see the most of the activity today. Creeping, backing, smoldering. You may see that flare up like Josh talked about and Ryan talked about, the eddying of the winds here in and around the lake. What could happen is that we could get some eddying effect with these down drainage winds tonight, and they could swirl around and come spot on this island that the peninsula that we've worked so hard to keep green. So keep alert to that. Keep alert to those ash pits out there, and make it a safe day.
Good morning, Paul Carlos, Resource Unit Leader Team 1 with branch and division roll call. As usual, please stand as I call out your name. Branch 1 and 2, Darnell. Here. Division Tango, Moore. Here. Division Alpha, Peter. Here. Sanchez, trainee. Here. Branch 3, Turman. Here. Division Delta, Boyk. Here. Division India, Swinson. Branch 4, Campbell. Here. Division November, Martinelli. Here. Fabry. Here. Division Oscar, Town. Here. Branch 5, Lotta. Here. Division Papa, Lanning. Here. Suppression Repair, Row. Here. Anderson Staging, Bidwell. Here. Thank you. All right, I'm back. I don't have a twin. I promise you don't want that. So anyways, getting started with today, what we need out there today from you folks. Even though this thing is somewhat done, I don't consider it done until we're all gone. So I need everyone to engage, pull the hose that's on the line from branch 1 all the way to branch 5, and that is not needed. But, you know, we pulled a lot of hose around this fire. I think the count was 1.4 million feet of hose. It's 270 miles. But what you folks don't know that haven't been here the whole time is that while this fire was burning and growing, we were trying to make a stand in other places in this fire. So as you're driving around on these interior roads, you're going to see stringers of hose going up into nowhere because we couldn't anchor and flank this thing. We need to work interior on these roads and pick this hose up that's unaccounted for on the interior. But also while your folks are in there driving around, have accountability. These roads are getting bad. So if someone leaves your strike team or a strike team leader takes off, make sure you know where they're at so we don't lose accountability for them. I'd hate for this late in the game picking up hose for someone to disappear. So make sure that's taken care of. The biggest concern on this incident, obviously, in branch 1s, 2, and 3, it's pretty cold, but we still can have stuff come out of there. Branch 4 up here where this slop is out, that is still got hose from the top of Onion Ridge down to drop point 39. We need to make sure we get in there and pound that thing hard, continue to do the work that we've been doing, and get that taken care of. Moving down into Division Oscar, down here on the peninsula where they had that flare up yesterday, we did have crews in there. They're working to get that taken care of. They put some pumps on the shoreline, and they're taking care of that. Up in Backbone Creek, I drove it the other day in the boat, and it's very, very narrow in there. He talked about the eddying effect. It has burned to the shoreline, but there's some heavies along there that can get some winds on it, and it can eddy across to the other side of that peninsula, and it would make what we've done null and void, and that would get burned up, and I would hate to see that happen. So today we're going to put a boat in here with an engine crew or two and work this perimeter line in the edge of Backbone Creek and get that secure so we don't get any spotting across to that peninsula. Down in Division Papa, they've done real good work down in here, but we also need to make sure that that's buttoned up along the shoreline. I think we have one more day of firing to clean that up, and they're going to do that today if they get clean air, and then we'll secure this piece, and then we can blackline all this. Thank you and have a good day.
Good morning. Matt Hill, Air Operations Incident Management Team 1. We have 6 water dropping helicopters for today, 4 mediums, 2 heavies, and 1 air rescue ship, Guard 841. Make it a safe shift.
Good morning, Brock Carter, Safety Officer for Team 1. If I can get you to turn to page 5 and 6 in your IEP, you're going to see a couple things in there. So on page 5, you're going to see your safety message. Those are the hazards that you're going to be faced with during this operational period. On the back side of that, you're going to see the line emergency procedures. That's the information that we need to ensure that we get the appropriate response out to you if there is a line emergency. So what I'm asking you to do is make sure that you brief your crews all the way down to your first year seasonal firefighter on this information so that way we can ensure that they get home safely. Today you're going to have 6 safety officers assigned to the incident. There'll be a branch resource. One will be a 12-hour, so the rest will be a 24-hour resource. The biggest hazard that you're going to be faced with continuously is going to be your driving and snags. All right, so make sure that you guys are well rested when you're traveling around the roadways. Additionally, you heard IMAT talk about and fire behavior talk about the root systems. We're getting a number of reports of root systems that are deteriorating under the roads. So if you come across them, take the time to suppress it, and then flag it, and make those other resources on that incident aware of it. So I'll leave you with one thing: risk versus gain. What are you willing to risk in this time of the game, right? So this fire has been almost put to bed. Make sure that you continuously evaluate what you're willing to risk. Have a good shift.
Good morning, Pete Sokol, Medical Unit Leader. You will find your Medical Plan 206 on page 29. We're going to have ambulances, medics will be on the line today. If you don't have a laminated 9-line card, you can come to the medical tent or trailer over there, and we have a whole stack of them, or you can reach out to your medics and EMTs that are on the line. They're carrying a stack of them. I would review this every day. The reporting is getting much better when we have an IWI. So check that out, and have a safe shift.
Morning, Brian Hill, log section. Some things from your log section in your IEP. The fuel and hydration at drop point 31 and Lakehead are going to disappear today. Continue to follow the traffic plan, and there's no change in the comp plan. Thanks.
Good morning, Anthony Romero, Public Information Officer. If you turn to page 37 in your IEP, we have 227,098 acres that are burned, 83% containment, and 3,101 personnel still here at the fire. Please continue your social media policy for CAL FIRE. We're receiving mail until Tuesday, so please bring anything in that you want to send out. We're not going to be receiving any more incoming boxes, so please don't order anything more. And we still have a lot of lost and found, so please come over to the PIO trailer and pick up your lost and found. Have a safe shift.
A couple of quick reminders before we go to final comments. On page 32, you'll find the finance message. Please, out-of-state engines, make sure you're signing the fuel ticket. Make sure that division soups and supervisors are turning in their shift tickets as well as water use reports. There is no cooperators meeting today. On page 38, you'll find the demob notice. If you are demobbing, make sure you refer to that and follow the schedule that's been posted around camp. On page 39, you'll find the training message. If you are a trainee and want credit for this incident, please check in at the Fasara Hall with the training tech spec. As a reminder to our divisions, please make sure you're taking roll call during the breakouts and downloading that information with the deputy ops before leaving the base camp. And a reminder, at the completion of the shift, please check in with cost apportionment. If you are an unassigned resource, please make sure you're checking the demob list to make sure you're truly unassigned. If you are unassigned, please check in at the table to my right, your left, at the completion of the briefing. Final comments.
Good morning, everyone. Mike Van Lovensel's Deputy IC Incident Management Team 1. First of all, on behalf of the Unified Incident Commander, just want to say thank you. We're on that wrap up. We're heading down. That demob list is getting bigger and bigger every day. So for those folks demobbing today, travel home safe, get home to your family, spend some time because we've got a long summer ahead of us. For the folks going out on the line today, up there in that branch 4 or 5 area, we still have some work to do, some mop up to do. Let's do it. And the folks sitting down there on branches 1, 2, and 3, let's make sure we get out there, make that positive public contact, get that hose picked up. Let's leave this fire looking a lot better than when we were out there working. Pick up that hose, pick up that garbage, and continue to have a safe day out there. Thanks.
Once again, breakout areas are posted around the briefing area. Please report to those areas promptly. Thanks for your attention. That completes our briefing.